Good morning. Hey to our replay viewers. What's going on, you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon whatever time of the day you are watching the replay. Hello to you. Make sure you drink your water. You guys, welcome to Business Secrets from the Bible. If you have stumbled upon us, if someone has shared you with us, just like shared the video and said, you should watch this, or if by any chance, any stretch of the imagination, you've stumbled upon a video, I know how things just kind of stay out there in the internet world for a while. We are actually reviewing this book right here, which is called Business Secrets from the Bible. Spiritual Success Strategies for Financial Abundance. The author is Rabbi Daniel Lapin. And we're having a really good time. We are almost finished with the book at this point. There are 40 secrets in here. We are on secret number 33. And what I want to make sure you know is, first of all, my name is Demita McGee. It's a pleasure to meet you. My husband and I'm one half of Team McGee. We own a business called Christian Business Academy Worldwide. And how did this even come about was because we were studying this book, The 21-Day Financial Fast with author Michelle Singletary. And the what do you call it? The subtitle of this one is Your Path to Financial Peace and Freedom. And at some point during one of our conversations as we were reviewing this book, I brought up this book and the amazing, beautiful people in the community said, you know what, we want to go over that book too. So that's how we are here. All right. And so I just want to welcome you and say thank you so much for joining us. Now, to our live viewers, as you guys begin to hop on, I see you. What's going on? Great morning. Let me go ahead, and if you will be so kind to do the same, I'm going to go ahead and tag a few friends. I'm going to go ahead and share this. Which group is this? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share this information, share this video, tag some of my accountability partners who I'm so grateful join us on a regular basis. And we're going to dig into today. Hold on one moment. Let's see. We'll tag a new person there too. Right? Okay. I appreciate you guys for being so patient. I do. Okay, I think we are good. There she goes. All right, y'all. I like to just tag a few friends so they know that we're live. And let's dig into today. So, true story. I literally just woke up. It is 20 minutes after the hour now, 30 minutes ago. We had some really rough storms here. Great morning, sis. I see you. We had some rough storms here last night. My daughter is terrified of the sound of thunder. And it was some loud thunder last night, you guys. So thankfully the baby didn't wake up, but my daughter did. Our dog is terrified of thunder. Thunder, fireworks, loud sounds, everything. So my son, the dog normally sleeps in the room with our teenager. Do you know that he put him out of his room last night? So he came in there. I heard it as soon as the thunder sounded, and it was really loud. It was exceptionally loud. I heard my son's bedroom door open, the dog come out, and him close the door. I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to calm the dog down, calm my daughter down. It was the middle of the night. I woke up before the storms actually started for some reason. And when I looked at my phone, it was 3:30 in the morning, I think, something like that. And so I tell you all that background to say I am not prepared this morning. I prepare for our readings every single morning. I review the pages, go through the information in the morning. But there was absolutely no way that I was not going to show up for today. Absolutely no way. So I got myself together and I said, this is what we're going to do. I thought it would be a great idea this morning to talk about, because there's so much content that we've gone over in this book. And so I thought it would be a really great idea to talk about how I'm using some of it. Because see, it's one thing to have all this information, you guys, and this is how much we've gone over so far. It's one thing to have all this information, but it's another thing to have all this information and to figure out how to use it and implement it into your business every single day. And so I thought I would share how I've been able to use some of this just in the business transactions that we do on a regular basis. We have exactly seven secrets left to review. We're still going to finish on time by next week, Friday. But when I think about everything that's created or everything that's written in this book, there's really a lot. There's a lot. And so the question is, how do you use so much content like this? How do you use it? And I thought I would share with you kind of how I've been using some of it. Now, this is, remember, the second time that I've read this book. This is one of those books, guys, you can read multiple times, and each time you read it, you really can learn something new. This time that I've read this book, it's impacted me so much more than the first time. The first time I did not take a deep dive into it like I'm doing now, like we're doing today. And because of that, I didn't get as much out of it. I got more of a surface and an aerial view. Now I'm getting a deep dive view. And so let's kind of talk about a little bit how I'm using it. And I'd love if you guys would talk back to me in the chat. If you're watching the replay, in the comments. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, leave a comment. I would love to know how you are also using it. Because guess what? We're going to help other people learn how they can use this content, how they can use what we've learned in this book to progress in their businesses and on their entrepreneurial journeys as well. All right. So one of the biggest things that I've learned, it started at the very beginning of the book. Great morning, Laskaya. It started at the very beginning. The very first secret, you guys, the very, very first one, when he said, and you've heard me say it multiple times, I've been saying this now for almost 3 years, definitely 2 since I read this book. For some reason, that very first secret impacted me greatly. And that was become obsessively preoccupied with the needs of God's other children, his other children. And so what's happened for me is, honestly, listen, we will always talk about how we wanted to help other people, but I was honest with myself. I said, you know what? I can't help anybody else until I help myself. I need to help me. I need to help my family. I need to make sure my family eats. I need to make sure my family is taken care of. Like, I need to do that. And I need to make sure we're safe. We have security. I need that. We have financial security, not just security in terms of like the door is locked. I mean financial security, that we can have a little bit of peace. I needed that. And so when I look at that, great morning, Lana. When I look at that, that was one of the first ones that really struck me in this book, the very first secret. And it was the one that impacted me the most, I think. So I stopped focusing as much on what I needed, and reading it another time and again, man, it's really internalized it, because everything in this book is predicated upon that first secret. Everything. When I started learning that money was a spiritual thing, that business transactions were spiritual, y'all, it changed everything for me. It changed everything. I stopped being as uncomfortable asking people to pay for their services. So I've been able to put these things in practice. Now, because I do a lot in network marketing, you guys, in network marketing, it's so easy to get caught up on what you want and not even focus on what your teammates want or what your teammates need. But the reality is, when you help enough of your teammates, you help enough of them get what it is that they want out of the business and out of the company, whatever that is, whether it is the service that your company provides, whether it is a product that your company provides, or whether it's they want to learn how to earn residual income, whatever it is that they want. When you help enough people get what they want, I'm looking at his face right now. Because see, this is not my own quote. It is Jim Rohn. When you help enough people, and I think he got it from someone else. When you help enough people get what they want, you automatically get what you want. Okay? So in network marketing, for example, it's so easy to try to push people to do the business when they don't want to do the business. It's so easy. No, you need this, you need this, you need this. This is going to help you. But if they don't want to do it, what you're doing is pushing people out of your organization. Okay. It's so easy. And this used to be easy for me to get people started and just say, okay, listen, you got it from here. You need to learn how to do it. You need to just get on the website, figure out the products, test it. You figure all of that out. It's so easy to just leave them there. However, when I take the perspective, and this is real talk, y'all, when I take the perspective of, okay, I need to be obsessively concerned with their needs and not my own needs, it completely changes the way I do business. Completely changes the way I do business. Tanisha has shared a little bit here. Tanisha says, I'm getting a better understanding that servicing God's people is not just giving away your time and money, but you also service God's people with providing a service through business. Yes, you provide value, a product, people will pay you. Exactly. You know, I used to hear marketers say all the time, value, 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 give value, give value. But the reality is a lot of us don't understand what that means. We don't know what kind of value to give, right? I'm going to give you an example of value. Okay. So I let my teammates know, and this is true, helping people at the same time. It's marketing business at the same time. And it does both. Okay. So it's me providing value. And at the same time, it helps business too. Okay. So we're going to start this book again, the 21-day financial fast that Michelle Singletary wrote. It's literally 3 weeks, and you go on a financial fast for 3 weeks. So when you think of fast in a spiritual sense, you turn your plate over, right? You don't eat for a specified amount of time. You may fast from electronics, whatever it is that you are giving up for an amount of time, whatever that is, right? And so in this case, you fast from spending. Now, a lot of people don't realize how challenging that is until they try to do it. Okay. Now, one of the things that I learned, this book was a blessing for me, for our family. Oh my God, it was such a blessing. And so it's been a blessing for a lot of people, The testimonies are redonkulous. But this is where it gets really, really good, you guys. So when people want to get into business with us, into our network marketing company, it's anywhere between $200 and $300 to be able to get started doing this with us, right? And a lot of people, the reality is, unfortunately, a lot of people, you guys, my husband is calling me. Hold on one second. Hey, babe. I am. I'm on camera right now. What's up? You good? Oh, I can't because, I don't have the car seats and stuff like that. Are you going to be gone for a while? Oh, well, I'll just wake him up and let him know he needs to rollerblade. If it's, oh no, it's Friday. He doesn't have to go. Mm-mm. All right, bye. All right, y'all. I'm so sorry. He was like, wait. Are you doing your stuff? I am. I'm on camera right now talking to you. He was just trying to make sure we were taken care of. That's what he does. Let's go, baby. Okay. So this book was a blessing to us. So at any rate, anywhere between $200 and $300 to actually get started in our business model, right? So this is the interesting thing. Great morning, Eugenia. This is the interesting thing. We have found a lot of people don't necessarily have $200 or $300 now. More people than not actually have it. But let's just think about the person who believes they don't have it. Okay, we understand that it's not that most people don't have it. It's just that they think they don't because they value something else that they rather use that money for. So they don't think they have it. Well, guess what? When people go through the financial fast, right? When they actually do this with us a month later, and then they look at that opportunity, they look at a business opportunity, they realize, I do have the money available. See what I'm saying? The money is available. Great morning. I believe that's Ann. The money is available. See what I mean? So this is us giving value first. All right. This is us giving the value. And then us also at the same time, it puts people in a position to be receptive for a marketing opportunity, a business opportunity, a way to grow their wealth. That's what it does. I see what I mean? And so I learned that you got to give often before you get. It's funny. He said that the other day. He literally said that the other day. We say this all the time. Yes, people have money. We're eating it. What do we mean when we say we're eating it, y'all? It's at McDonald's. It's at Chipotle. It's at Chick-fil-A. It's at Potbelly's. It's at Chili's. It might be at Applebee's. It's at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's where they get the pizza. Like, it's everywhere. You cannot be super thick. Like, you can't be thick like me. Get your nails done, your lashes done, and your eyebrows done and tell me you don't have money. You can't. You're lying to me, sis. You are lying. You got it. Right? So we help people understand what they're doing with their money. So when an opportunity does arise, they can actually take advantage of it, y'all. So we do provide the value, right? Tanisha said it's the Tropical Smoothie Cafe for me. I feel you. I got you. So if you've just kind of popped in, I was explaining that last night, the storms that we had in the area were so loud that they woke my kid up. They woke my daughter up. One kid, the one who's afraid, like terrified of thunder, of course. She woke up in the middle of the night terrified. Our dog is terrified of any loud noises, fireworks, thunder, the whole nine. And my son put him out of his room last night. So in the middle of the night, I'm comforting my daughter and comforting the dog. So I overslept this morning. And real talk, I got out of the bed 10 minutes before I was supposed to be live today. So I was not prepared to read our secrets. So what we're doing in lieu of that, but there was no way I wasn't going to show up. Like, we can't do that. So in lieu of that, I thought it would be a great idea to talk about all the secrets that we've gone through, all of these secrets. Like, how are we putting them into action? Because it's one thing, right? It's one thing to read all of this, but it's another thing to actually utilize the information that we're given. Okay. So I would love, Tanisha was sharing how she has gotten a better understanding of servicing God's people. And it's not just giving away time and money. It's once you actually provide these services that people will pay you because you're giving them value. So please share in the comments. Let's have a conversation. What have you been able to extract from Business Secrets from the Bible so far? Because we're almost done, you guys, with the book. We have 7 secrets left to review. What have you been able to extract from the book and actually put into place in your business right now? So that's what we're talking about right now. Tanisha also says, there are a few ways that I provide value in my business. Specifically, the value that I provide in my business at events is allowing people to taste products before they actually buy them. Absolutely. So she gives before she gets. And if you'll recall, just yesterday, that was one of the things that Rabbi Lappin talked about. He said, we give before we get. I got it underlined right here. He says, this is a key principle of economic transaction. We give before we get. Always. Right? He was talking about Microsoft at the time. And he pointed out that Bill Gates gives you Microsoft Windows, and only then do you give him your hard-earned cash. So absolutely, Tanisha. So one of the things I was sharing is that, just being obsessively preoccupied. The other thing that's always been so helpful for me, once I read this book, was to stop thinking in a very limited perspective, was stop thinking that resources are finite. Stop thinking that money is finite. It is not. We literally serve a God who is unlimited. Our relationship with him, he is our Father. We have unprecedented access to him. So I started to understand that, listen, money isn't finite. Our resources are completely unlimited. They're completely unlimited. And so what has to happen is I need to figure out how to provide value in a way that people find it valuable. That was another thing that was really a really big one for me. Understanding money is spiritual was a game changer. Game changer. Some things that I've instituted in my business. I remember my first network marketing company, y'all. I remember the last one. It wasn't the first one. That's actually the second one. And the last one that I was in, where I really started to learn how network marketing works. I got my bachelor's degree in network marketing working in that company. Now we on a master's degree level. And oh my God, yesterday, my mentor pushed me. I got to do something that, yeah. Okay. So anyway, what happened? Okay. So in that company, I had somebody who was a friend of mine, and I remember sharing it with her. And she was a friend that I felt like I constantly had to motivate, to keep moving. And I remember telling my husband, I don't even want her to get started. I don't have time to constantly be remotivating her over and over and over and over again. Like, I just don't have time for stuff like that. Like, why not? Now, the reality is I did want, and I still do want to work with people who are self-motivated. But this is the other part of that. Some people, all of us, we got some kind of backgrounds, and most of us, our backgrounds do not include business. Most of us, our backgrounds do not include understanding how money works. And so what we got to teach people in this process is how money works, especially in the company that I'm with now. So what do? I provide a lot of value outside of that, right? It's not just about getting you in the business and you figure it out anymore. It's not just about that anymore at all. See, that's why we have things like this, because people need to understand things like this. Like when you're making the money in network marketing, what do you do with it when you make it? Like you got to start to understand that kind of stuff now. We have morning mentorship calls with our mentors who are super duper dope that are open to anybody. You don't even have to be a part of our organization to be a part of it or to participate. LaSkia's beautiful self came to a training that we just did this past weekend. You didn't even have to be a member of our team or a part of the organization to be able to attend. So now we do things where we literally want to feed the whole person's soul. Because guess what happens? We know that when it's time, when they're in the environment long enough, they'll want to make some changes. And then guess what happens? They can join. Right. LaSky is like, I loved it. I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much for coming. And so when we think about that, when I think about the person that I was like, I don't have time to motivate you. I need you to be self-motivated. I'm not doing all of that. I meant it when I said it. And now I look at myself like, what is wrong with you? People need to be fed sometimes on a different way. They need to receive that value a different way before they're always ready. Everybody's not going to be ready to sign up with you immediately. But how are you feeding them? How are you fueling them? How are you helping them, educating them, doing what you can do to help them as a person? So guess what? When the time is right, they're ready to come aboard. See, when my coach actually exposed this opportunity to me the last time, I wasn't open to it then. That was 3 years ago. The same network marketing company, you guys, I'm a part of right now. 3 years ago, I told her, no, I didn't want to do it. 2 years later, I said to her, can we see that presentation again? And you know what mattered was she left the door open so I could come back. Okay. And so now I understand the difference. That's how this book is helping me to understand that I need to serve people where they are. I need to serve them where they are. And this is the thing. God told me, Demita, you're going to help get people on the path to financial peace. He did not say that everybody that I helped do that was going to join our team. So when we help people with this right here, we're helping get them on that path to financial peace. Does that mean that every single one of them will join our team? No, it doesn't. And that's okay. Because see, it's bigger than that. It's about serving God's people. It's about becoming obsessively preoccupied with the needs of God's other people, other children. It's also about understanding that there's something called the law of compensation, y'all. Napoleon Hill wrote about it in his book. I thought I had that one sitting over here, but I guess I don't have that one sitting over here either. These books are all over the place, y'all. He wrote about it in one of his books. Oh, I think it's the 16 Success Law, something like that. And in that book, he talks about how you cannot be cheated. Like there's a law that says when you do the work, you will be compensated for it. Oftentimes, we think we're going to be compensated for it right then. That's not always the case. So when I go over this book with people, and I am literally committed to helping people get 5 figures in their bank account. Most people don't even have 4 figures in their bank account. I'm committed to helping people save their first $10,000. And that has absolutely nothing to do with them joining our team. Nothing. I'm just committed to helping people save their first 10,000. And so when you look at something like this, when I share this with people and they don't get started in our organization, that's perfectly fine. Because there's a law of compensation that says I cannot, there's no way I'm not going to be compensated for that time and that energy and that effort that I poured into other people. Okay. So that's how this book is truly helping me. Okay, Eugenia shared. Let's see. Eugenia said, for me, developing all 4 dimensions is something that stuck out for me. That's good. This year has been one where I've started focusing on regaining my health because I've been so focused on my 9 to 5 with little time for other things. That's a big one. I forgot which secret that was. I do remember that. He was saying focus on them all at the same time, not one at a time. Focus on them all at the same time. It literally allows you to develop your entire person, which is powerful. So right now, I know I shared with you guys that obviously I'm working on my health. Most of you guys actually see that journey, even though this morning my breakfast consists of Swedish fish. Swedish fish and water. So working on my health. You guys know we're working on our finances. You actually see that process happening. And then our relationship and our spirituality all at the same time. So I agree with you. That's a powerful, impactful one. So they're really chewy. So you don't let things fall through the cracks. So you don't get so focused on your job or your business that you 100% neglect your family, right? You don't get so focused on your family that you 100% neglect your job or your business, right? You don't get so focused on your health that you completely neglect your spirituality. It's figuring out how to encompass them all, because guess what? We go through ebbs and flows. Will life be 100% balanced all the time? Absolutely not. Looking for that's going to drive you crazy, right? Absolutely not. But it's the ebbs and the flows of business. When I share this comment, it may cover a part of my face because it's a pretty long one, but I'm still here. Y'all will see me. And I don't know who it is. So you guys are going to have to tell me in the comments who wrote this. Okay. It says, yes, it's serving for me. I love when he spoke about don't look for your passion, but look to serve God's people and the wealth will follow. Yes, I remember that one. That one was really, really good. The love/passion will come because of serving. That was a wow for me, because when I started my business, I did not like to clean. This must be Anne. I did not like to clean. I was just good at it. Read that chapter. I saw how God was setting me up because I love to serve. By the way, this is Anne. I love that. That is so good. You know what that is? That was a powerful chapter when he talked about how, and it started a few secrets prior when he said that we love the people we help more than the people who help us. He started with that, and then he kept going. That's secret number 9, when he says we love the people whom we help more than we love those who help us. Then he kept going And which one was it? I really want to find that specific one, but I don't see which one it is. I don't see it. By the way, Eugenia, it was secret number 15 that said develop all 4 dimensions of your life simultaneously. I don't see that secret, Anne, but I know exactly what you're talking about. He started it with that, and then he kind of kept going from there. And so it's funny because a lot of us, and I say us because I've taught this in the past too, will teach people to find what you're passionate about and go from there. And he said, you're going to stay broke like that. Because a lot of stuff you're passionate about, don't nobody care about. And he said, you fall in love when you really focus on serving. When you go from that perspective, you fall in love with what you're doing. And I can see how that happens because I've been in jobs before that weren't very exciting. They weren't exciting. I enjoy retail. It's not because retail is exciting. It wasn't it at all. It was because I fell in love with the growth that I was experiencing by really digging in and trying to be the best at that position. And I fell in love with it. And I remember Angela, who typically joins us from YouTube, I remember her sharing a comment about that's what happened to her with her job. I believe she was saying that she didn't enjoy it. She's been there for, oh man, I don't want to exaggerate and make up numbers, but I believe it's over 15 years. It's 15 years or more. I'm trying to remember the comment from that video, and I don't know why it stands out, but it does. And I remember her saying that she didn't necessarily like it, but when she shifted her perspective, she started to enjoy her job even more. Y'all, that's really, really, really powerful. That's a good one, Anne. Thank you for sharing that. That's a good one. Okay. Laskaya shared that this book changed the way I think, and it gave me some tools and information learning how to implement what I needed. That is good. She also shared one other thing where she said, this has showed me how to work on my personal development. Oh my God. Yes. And she added to it, this has shown me how to work on my personal development so I can serve others. That's powerful because we have to, that personal development piece is big, but it's the serving that a lot of us don't get in business to serve. Think about that. You guys, we get in business to get paid. Some of us have to go into business because, like, for example, during the pandemic, we were downsized. We were let go, right? So some of us have to go into business because we have to keep food on the table. That's not thinking about serving anybody else. That's thinking about I need cash so I can put food on my table, right? Some of us are forced into business. I know a lot of women start businesses because childcare. It's like, I want to be home with my kids. I want to figure this thing out. So that forces some people to go into business. Some people go into business because they hate their boss or they hate their job. They like what they do and they look at their boss and like, I could do this 10 times better than you do. Some people go into business because just a host of different things. But you know what it's typically not to do? It's typically not to serve other people. And so to get that perspective and to make that mindset shift, and remember, later on in the book, just a few secrets ago, we talked about getting things from your head into your body, into your soul. Because when it's in your soul, it happens automatically. It happens on autopilot. It's like the soldier who goes to boot camp and trains 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 and trains. So if he ever has to go into battle, it's automatic responses. He doesn't have to stop and think, okay, so what do I do? Okay, I do this after this. No, it's an automatic response. That is what we want to happen. We want to have an automatic response to service. And I feel like in this book, he has drilled that in our minds over and over and over and over and over. He's drilled it that it's about serving other children, God's other children. Okay. Here, someone shared, I so can understand this statement because when I worked as a server for 25 plus years, I loved what I did. I loved serving people. Now, most people, when they start working in the restaurant industry, they don't do it because they're like, oh, I just really want to serve the people, serve the customer. No, that's not what happens. But whoever that is said, listen, over time, I loved what I did. I loved what I think. I loved what I did. And so I want you guys to think about, when you look at this book, there's so much in here. And what happens with me, I read a lot. And so there's always a nugget that I take away from a book, 1 or 2 nuggets. And it's never like the whole book. So if there are a couple of nuggets you took away from this book, but you actually implement them, that's where your business is going to get better. Implementing them. Like, what can you physically implement? Y'all, I had to implement getting obsessively preoccupied with God's other children. I had to understand that it wasn't about me. It's about me actually serving other people. The other thing that was super powerful for me the first time, and it is powerful for me this time, is the idea of specialization and paying people to do the things, not doing things that I could pay people for. Oh, that's Teresa. Hey, Teresa. She said that was me. It's Teresa. Not doing things that I could pay people for. Y'all, this is a big one. And it challenges me, because I'm telling you, my whole thought process, my philosophy is, when I grew up as a child, it was, you don't pay people for stuff that you can do. Now as an entrepreneur, you pay people for stuff that you don't need to do. I do not shop for groceries. I don't. I pay that $100 a year to Instacart, so I don't have to pay a delivery fee. I do pay the service fee, and I tip well, but I don't pay for groceries. Do you guys know how much time that saves me? Listen, or I don't shop for groceries. Let me tell you how much time it saves me. It's insane. It's not just 1 hour. It's not. Y'all, it's literally, because see, when I would grocery shop, I would go to 2 or 3 stores. So we're talking, I would take one day, and it would take me about 3 or 4 hours to get everything, because I got to drive back and forth to the store, get all my stuff, pack it in a car, go to the next store, and they're never right next to each other. I don't shop for groceries anymore. I pay somebody else to do it. That's one. You guys already heard the lawn care story. I don't do my lawn anymore. I pay somebody else to do it. Do you realize what that time gives me back? Every time they come to do my lawn, not one time, but every time, I'm doing a presentation because of the time of day when he comes. And so it just reinforces the fact that, listen, I'd be out there for 3 hours doing that. But guess what? He's doing it, and I'm actually showing somebody how they can get some financial freedom. So I'm working my business every time they come. Every time. All right. When they drop off my groceries, it saves me so much time and headache. So much time. I think I told y'all the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get some help cleaning, because I know that's also going to save me some time. Like, thing after thing. And that was big for me, because I'm telling you, I grew up, and a lot of y'all are probably like me. You probably grew up in families where money was tight and you didn't pay people to do that stuff for you. Because if you could do it, you don't pay nobody. You do it yourself. But nope, that's not it. That's not where it's at. You realize how much time? See, I want you to look at it, not, or for me especially, when he explained it this way, I was like, wow, it's not about the money I'm spending. It's about the time I'm gaining. Now, if I utilize that time that I'm gaining to work on my specialization and building my business, y'all, I just did something powerful right there. I literally just put in the time to increase my checks so I could serve more people. That's powerful. I'm serving people while there are other people serving me. And guess what I am doing? I am keeping the economy moving, because I literally just hired someone. We just talked about the other day how money has to move. It can't stay in one spot. If it stays stagnant, like under your mattress, the economy suffers. So us helping circulate that money in the kingdom and us helping move that money around the economy, we're helping the system at large. We're helping our community. So I learned that me's not trying so hard to pinch a penny, right? And for me to let it go, let it serve me, because someone is serving me. We're both winning. They're winning because they're getting paid. I'm winning because they did what I'm paying, or what I'm paying them for. It's a win-win. That was another thing that was huge for me. And I'm not going to lie to you and say I don't struggle with that. I still struggle with that in some ways. Like, I have to remind myself, Demita, pay to get your groceries. Why are you going to the store? What's wrong with you? Why are you constantly going to the store? What? Stop. There's a whole service out there for that. Stop. So those were some of the biggest things, the biggest takeaways that I've had, and the way that I'm putting what I'm learning from this book into action. And so what I would implore you guys to do is don't just read this, use this. Y'all, this is some really good wisdom in this book. Really good wisdom. We took the time together to go over this together. And so definitely the nuggets that you took away that resonated with you, they resonated with you for a reason. Put those bad boys in play. Thank you so much for being so gracious, y'all, hanging out with me for a little while I overslept last night and this morning. And know that we are still going to finish this book by next Friday. We're just going to double up a little bit more. On Monday and Tuesday, we will be reviewing Secrets 33 and 34. We'll probably be doubling up all week. So, all right, that is it. Lastly, I want to share once again that we're going to be starting this book together. Originally, I said July the 5th, the Monday after the holiday. Nah, we're not going to do that. Because if you're like me, you're not going to get a lot of sleep. You know why? Because people are going to be shooting fireworks until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we're not going to do the 5th. We're going to start on Tuesday the 6th. When we first did this book, just to give you an idea, y'all, we saved thousands of dollars just the very first time that we did it. Thousands. We had money to invest for the first time. We didn't have any money before that to invest. We had it. We didn't know we had it. Okay. This book helped us so much. The only regret that I had was that I did not invite more people to do it with us. No family and friends. And so what I am sharing with you is that invite people to do it with you. Okay. Because they will be so blessed that they did this. I sure can hold it up. It's called, hold on, let me see if I can get it right. There we go. All right. The 21-Day Financial Fast. The subtitle is Your Path to Financial Peace and Freedom. And the author is Michelle Singletary. Okay, let me see if I can get it right in the middle. Okay, 5 seconds for a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So that was my only regret, that I did not invite people to do it with us. Me and my husband just did it. And so I want to encourage you, invite people to do this with you. Okay. They can do it. I'll do it the same way we did this. Normally I just do it in our 21-day financial fast group. But we'll do it the same way. I'll stream it in that group, the 21-day financial fast. I'll stream it here also in the Christian Women's Business Academy if you're watching this here. And I'll also stream it on YouTube at the same time. Okay. Invite them to whichever group, whatever method you use to watch and to tune in, invite them there. Our Christian Women's Business Academy group is obviously just for women. And so if there are men in your life that you want to invite them to our group, which is called the 21-Day Financial Fast with T. McGee. You want to invite them there. But that's the one thing. You are so welcome, Ann. That's the one thing that I regret that I did not do. You guys, it is 21 straight days. So we are going to go from the 6th of July all the way through the 27th of July. Every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. So we're going to go through it at 7 a.m. And yes, by the end of it, I always need a break because I've had to be on camera for 21 days straight. But when I tell you this book is transformative, it's transformative. Okay. The other thing that I want to let you know, if you are in a network marketing company, okay, and one of the things that is a challenge because you're going to serve up value also. So if you're in a network marketing company and you feel like, hey, I shared this with people, they don't necessarily have the money. They do. Like, once again, I'm going to tell y'all, you got your nails done, your lashes, your eyebrows, and you a little thick. You got the money. You eating it and you spending it on your looks, on vanity. But this is something that you want to share with them because it will put them in the mindset of what they're supposed to do with money. And by the end of that month, they will see that they do have the money available. Now they can make a real decision. Do they just not want to do what it is that you're offering them? And if they don't, that's okay too. But now they realize it's not about the money. It's not. And if it is about the money, you're going to help them find it in their finances over the course of that month. Okay. So that's one of the most powerful, or one of the other powerful things about this. And then the reality is, y'all, we just need to get better with our money. Let's help some people. And so feel free to invite them to the group and let them know why you're inviting them. Hey, I'm about to do this 21-day financial fast. I'm about to get my life together. I know people that have had success. I am one of those people that has had a lot of success because of this, because that first month, y'all, we saved thousands, plural thousands of dollars, thousands. It was insane. It was just insane. And I had no idea we would be able to do that. I thought we might find a couple hundred. Yeah, we found thousands, and it just blew my mind. Okay. And so, yes, so that's what we're doing. Yes. Thank you, Tanisha. My YouTube channel, you guys, is Demita McGee. I'm not creative like that. Everything's Demita McGee to make me really, really easy to find. All right. Okay, guys, have an amazing Friday. Have a beautiful Friday. We will see you back here on Monday, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. If you are in the Chicagoland area, we are having an event at our home. Yes, we are getting back to events in our home where we are also sharing information about what it is that we do. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you reach out to me and I will make sure you have the address. It will be at 7 o'clock tonight. Rain or snow or sleet or sunshine, we still doing it. All right. Because I know it's going to be raining today. Thank you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Love y'all to life. See you later. Bye-bye.